So this is the recap from today for objective 6.2, converting a fraction into a decimal or percent. So for the first one, this is from our exit ticket today. For our first one, we start with the fraction 9 over 100. And since our denominator is already 100, we don't have to make it into 100. So what we do is our numerator is the key here. So when we look at our numerator, let's do first percent. So we have to figure out the percent. So we know that, we just look at the numerator, is going to be our percent. So it's just 9%. Some of you guessed 90% or 0.9%, but it's just regular old 9%. So now we need to convert 9/100ths into our decimal. And so just remember, 9/100ths, the 9 goes in the hundredths place, but then there's a blank right there. And so as you can see, there's no other number there. So if there's no other number, we just simply add a 0. Next on our exit ticket was 7/10. So now we need to have the denominator to be 100. So we know to get to 100, we're just multiplying by 10. So whatever we multiply the bottom by, we do the same thing to the top. And that leaves us with 70 in our numerator. And just remember, the numerator is going to be the key for percents and decimals. And so we can see, let's do the percents because that's the easy one. So we have the numerator being 70. So it just turns into 70%. But your denominator, in order to do this, your denominator has to be 100. The word percent means out of 100. So now let's go ahead and convert 7/10 into our decimal. So 0 point and then 2 spaces. And so we're using 70. So use 70 right there. So we have a 7 in the tenths place and we have a 0 in the hundredths place. So as we said in class, you can drop any 0 at the end of the decimal. So we don't need that. So we're just left with our decimal being 0.7. And last but certainly not least, we have this fraction 20 over 25. So the first step we do is we write that as a fraction over 100. So to get to 100 from 25, we're going to multiply by 4. And we also need to do the same thing to the top, multiply by 4. And that's going to give us 20 times 4 gives us 80 over 100. And remember, the numerator is going to be the key for percents and decimals. So let's do percent first. So since it's over 100, our numerator just gives us a percent being 80. And now let's write that as a decimal. So we have 8 in the tenths place and a 0 in the hundredths place. And what do we do with the 0? We just drop the 0. And we're left with our decimal 0.8.